Anyone who wants to pray for us? Okay. Yes, Kathy.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning.
Okay, let's humble ourselves for a prayer. Heavenly Father, King of Glory, we want to thank you for this new month. We want to thank you for this day, Lord Father, King of Glory. We want to thank you for our teacher, Lord. We want to thank you for your grace, Lord Father, you have given us. We want to thank you for this opportunity, Lord Father, King of Glory. As we are starting our lesson, Father, King of Glory, may you send your Holy Spirit to teach us, and may we understand everything that she is going to teach us. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, I've prayed and believed. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Kathy, for the word of prayer. Today we are going to start on our second element of construct, which is patterns and algebra. So this is usually item number 2. So whenever you meet item number 2, it's going to be rotating on patterns and then algebra. Now, which topics do we have under this? These are the major topics we have here, but I want to bring it to your attention that I do understand that many of the items you are seeing are only rotating about linear algebra, and some of you have already maybe specialized, say that I'll do linear algebra. But also please take note that item 2 is not a must that it is linear algebra. It can be a combination of any of these other topics. So it can be about mappings and relations combined with composite functions. It can be something on quadratic equations combined with equation of a straight line. It can be simultaneous equations combined with algebra. It can be equation patterns combined with something. So they can combine any of these topics. So in your preparation, make sure you prepare for each and every topic. Do not only concentrate on one thing, but make sure that you know each and every topic that lies under patterns and algebra. Okay, so we are going to start with our first item. Now I'm going to ask you to read through first the item, read through the item, sorry. So they have told us that we have this person who has opened up the drug shop and needs to buy A and B. So always what you do, first identify in your item. Look at the task, look at the paragraphs and identify what is there anything that is repeating itself. What does the task need me to do? So when you look here, they have to buy A and to buy B drugs from a shop. At one wholesale pharmacy in town, she was told that 2 tins of drug A and 3 boxes of drug B would cost this, while 2 tins of A and a box would cost this. She needs to determine the cost of the tin, and now this is the problem that she wants to solve. She doesn't know what could be the exact price of those particular items. So meaning that now here you need to know which topic is rotating for this particular paragraph. Which topic? What do you think they want me to solve? So can you identify in the chat which topic do you think the first part lies in, where we have 2 unknowns and we want to come up with a solution. Whenever we meet 2 unknowns, which topic do you think they are testing us to solve? Any idea? Okay. So whenever we meet as such, where we have 2 unknowns, we can first summarize our data. We are going to first summarize, okay, yes, people have been able to identify the topic. So the topic is simultaneous equations. So first draw a simple table or come up with a simple idea on how you can have you can summarize your data. So I'm going to first draw a simple table here to summarize. So we have said that opened up a drug shop and needs to buy A and B. So here I'm going to just say that these are my drugs, whereby I have drug A here and I have drug B here. So they told us that at one wholesale pharmacy in town, so here this is wholesale 1. This is the first one here. They told this person that 2 tins of drug A. So here I'll put that these are 2 tins. And 3 boxes of drug B. So these are 3. So remember here, now you know that these are tins and these are boxes. Would cost 50,000. So here I'll put that the total that they'll cost is going to be 50,000. Then I go, well, 2 tins of tin A. So I go to wholesale B, that is wholesale 2, 2 tins of A, and a box of B. So when they say a box, it means that this person just bought 1. So here we shall just put 1. Would cost 35,000. Like that. She needs to determine the cost of a tin A and a box of B so as to set her price for the drug shop. Now, the moment you come up with this simple table, it means that now it's going to give you the idea that one, you have 2 unknowns. The unknowns you have, you don't know the price of A and the price of B. Now, the moment you find that you have 2 unknowns you are looking for, then the idea behind is the one of simultaneous equations. So they are asking you to solve simultaneous equations. Now, the moment you find that you are solving simultaneous equation, like our task A demands that determine the cost of 1 tin of A and a box of B. Now, remember, we are going to first let. But when you are letting, in the process of letting, you be specific. You are going to say that let. Now, it is up to you to use any letters of your choice. It is up to you. So you can allow me to use A and B to represent tin A and B to represent tin B. So I'm going to say that let, since we are looking at the cost, so you say let the cost of, you be specific, because here we are looking for whatever thing you are looking for, it gives you the price of one item. So here I'm going to be specific and say let the cost of one item of one, now since we are going to start with A, of 1 tin of A, B, I've said I'm going to use A. Then let the cost of 1 box of B, B, B. Because the price you are going to get is for 1. That's why here I'm specific, using the word 1. Or alternatively, someone could say, let the cost of a tin of A be A. That one still means 1. So, but do not just say, let a box be, or let a B box. Let this, how many boxes are you representing? So here, be specific when you are letting. Now from there, we are going to just come here and form our first equation. And remember the equations you form, they must be having the 2 unknowns. So the first equation is going to be 2A plus the 3B will equal to 50,000. This means that when she bought 2 of A plus the 3 of B, she incurred 50,000. Then after that, I go to form my second equation, which is here. So still I do the same. I will say 2A plus 1B will equal to 35,000. Now, this is already a mark. They are going to give you a score for letting. They will give you a score for forming the equations. And this is what we usually put, formulation. Whenever you find F, it means you have formulated an equation or an expression. Now, this is the first step. Now, when you are dealing with item 2, you ask yourself, when you look at this pair here, this is a pair of simultaneous equations. And we know very well there are different methods we can use to solve. But when you are dealing with item 2, there are basically 3 best methods to use. So the first one can be the elimination method. It can be the substitution method, or the graphical method. Now here, we usually do not encourage you to use the matrix method because matrices is in the other element of construct number 3. So you need now to know where to use it better. So when you are under item 2, the best methods to use would be elimination, substitution, or the graphical approach. For matrices, you keep it for the other item of number 3 or number 4. Then secondly, when you are dealing with this item 2, when you are attempting it, still, also do not forget, always use the approach you think is much easier for you. Do not go in for something very complicated that you may not be able to work with. So use any method of your choice, either elimination, substitution, or use the graphical. But be mindful of the time you have. But also now I want to bring it to your attention that you can as well find a simultaneous equation when you are dealing with item 3 and item 4. More so if they want you to solve a simultaneous equation. So you can find it somewhere there. So you need now to be able to do it using that method of approach. In case maybe a simultaneous equation appears in item 3 or item 4, then we expect that the method you are going to use to solve is strictly going to be the matrix method. Okay, so when you look here, you can notice that this item here, we can solve it easily. Now, always, when you observe that, when you look at the first one here, you notice this is 2a. And also you notice that this is 2a. You notice that the coefficients are the same, the letters are the same. So here, the best method would have been, for you to solve, it can be the elimination method. But any method of your choice works. But you are going to allow me that for me, I'm going to use the elimination method because it's going to be much easier for us to work with. So I'm going to come here, but feel free to use. So you can start solving using any of that, any you want. But here now I will discourage using the graphical because now it will take a lot of time forming the equations, much as it is also correct. Okay, so allow me to use this. Do not forget here you can put the 1b or you can ignore it. There is no problem. So we are going to use the elimination method. And we say that under elimination, the moment you check that the signs, when you look at the coefficients are the same, that is the first condition. Once the coefficients are the same, look at the signs. When you look at the sign, this is positive, this is positive. And now you need to remember that when the signs, same signs, you always subtract. When the signs are different signs, we add. Same signs, we subtract. This means subtraction. Different signs, we add. Now, since here the signs are the same, all of them are positive, the coefficients are the same, we shall just subtract. So, sorry, this is A. So when we are subtracting, we shall say 2a minus 2a. So in other words, it is 2a minus 2a. That is the first vertical one. Then we go to the second one, which is 3b minus the 1b, which will give us this side, the 50,000 minus the 35,000. So 2a minus 2a is a 0 plus 3b minus 1b, which gives us a 2b, will equal to 50,000 minus the 35,000, which gives us the 15,000. Then from here, you can now continue and say my 2b will equal to 15,000. Then we divide by 2, divide by 2. So your b will equal to 15,000 when divided by 2, we end up with 7,500. So I'm going to first ask you also to do for me. Okay, thank you, Ivan. Okay, can we now first try to get our B? So to get A, use any of the equations you want to get A. So you can decide to say that let me use the first one, which is 2A plus 3B is equal to 50,000. Okay, yes, Favor. Let me take on Favor. Yes, Favor.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So for that part, okay, like when you're doing the elimination, you
Mm,
went straight away and subtracted. But
mm.
then, is it fine if I do this like I put a bar then two, so it is going to be 4A plus 6B is equal to 100,000, then
Okay.
4A plus 4B is equal to 70,000, and then I proceed.
Yes, it is very okay,
Okay,
Favor.
thank you, sir.
Yes. Yes. Though now, Favor, uh,
Yes.
what you are going to not say is the reason why we
Mm.
do that, the reason why we do that is we want to make the coefficients the same. That is the reason why you do that. So what did you do? Uh, the first one you multiplied by
Two, both of them by two.
both of them by what? By 2. But now you are
Mm.
not seeing here, Favor. The reason why we do this is to make sure that the coefficients for any of the two equations is the same. Fine? So you are trying to
Mm.
make sure that the coefficient here is the same coefficient here.
Mm.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes. So the moment you check and you find out that the coefficients are the same, even if you don't do this,
Okay, sir.
the moment you find, but even when you do that, it is okay. You get the same answer.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Uh, Mary, sorry, Mary, come again.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
I'm requesting for your pardon on that part where you say that when we subtract and when we add.
Okay. Now, I'm going to give an example of an equation here. In case we have this, I'm just putting this as just an example. And I have, uh, I have this. I will still, don't go off, eh? I'm just giving an
Yes,
example. Are you seeing? Now, the
yes,
first thing you have always to ensure. Now here, let me say my aim is to eliminate A, right? Now,
yes.
the first thing you ask, what is this? One, are the coefficients the same? Coefficients, those are the digits that accompany the letter you want to subtract. When you look at A in the first equation and A in the second, do they have the same coefficients?
No, they're different.
Okay, let me first take you now through coefficients. When you look at 2A, what is the coefficient?
Two,
When you look at this, what is the coefficient?
three,
When you look at this, what is the coefficient?
negative two.
-2. Now, but now here, because here we consider also the sign, the only thing that we are interested in when we are looking at the simultaneous equation, first just look at the digit with it before you look at the signs.
Okay,
So here you notice this is 2 and this is 2, right?
yes,
Then after look at the signs. When you look at the signs, are they the same?
no,
No. Now, if the signs are different, that's when you go on and add. Because this is a plus and this is a minus,
negative,
negative. So when the signs are different, that's when you add.
add.
In case I had something like this, let me say we had 3A maybe minus 2B is equal to maybe 15. Then I had maybe 5A minus 2B is equal to maybe 10. Now, when you look at this pair here, in case I'm interested in eliminating B, I will first ask, are the coefficients the same?
Yes,
Are the signs the same?
yes.
So what do you do here? When the signs are the
Pardon?
same, when the signs are the
You,
same, that's when you
you add,
sub- subtract.
subtract.
So the moment you find that this is negative, you subtract. Even if you had something like this, 2B is equal to something, then 3A plus 5. Even when you look here, the sign here is positive, the sign here is positive. The coefficients
Positive.
are the same. So here, what would you do?
You subtract.
You subtract. So that's what you do. Then also I want
Okay.
to bring it to everyone's attention that here for this particular number, it was a bit automatic. But sometimes you may find something like this. Let me say something like this. Now here you first make sure that the coefficients are the same for what you want to subtract. Let me say here I'm interested in eliminating A. I'll draw the line that Favor has talked about. Then what you do, you look at the coefficient of the thing you want to subtract. Let me say this is 3. So you get this 3, you multiply it through by the whole of this equation. Then get this coefficient here, the second one here, this one here, and multiply it here in this equation. So in other words, you get 3, multiply it with 2a plus 3b equals to 50. You multiply everywhere. Here you multiply by 3, by 3, by 3. Then this second equation, you do the same. Multiply here by 2. So you say 2 times 3a plus 2 times 2b is equal to 2 times 10, such that the coefficients can have the same digits. Okay, let me pick on MC.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
I would like to ask where there is 2b equals 15,000, where you
Mm,
divided both sides by 2.
mm.
Is it necessary to cross those digits, or it should come out of our heads? Because some of us we are used to crossing those numbers, and some people say it's not okay to cross them.
Yeah, it's not okay to cross, So just write your answer.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Samsung,
Good morning, teacher.
good morning.
I'm confused here. I thought that was supposed to follow this technique of different signs, add since I'm seeing
Mm.
that there are different coefficients.
Okay, like when you look here, the coefficient is 2 and the coefficient is 2, right?
Yes.
The sign here is, which sign is here on the first one?
They are both positives.
Both positive, yes. Now, when the signs are the same, coefficients are the same, that's when you subtract.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you had added, you'd instead
Mm,
increase the value. Instead, you'd have had 2a plus 2a, which gives you 4a. So you wouldn't have eliminated.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. Alicia? Alicia, unmute. Okay. So, yes, Isaac. Okay. Now we can continue to get our. So this was equal to 50,000. So to get our A, we substitute for our B. So where there is B is where we put 7500. So we'd have said 2A plus 3 times B, which is 7500, will equal to 50,000. So here we end up with the 2a plus, then you multiply very well. That what is 3 times 750, that is 225. So I'll say this is 22500 equals to 50,000. Then you do your mathematics, that 2a will equal to 50,000 minus the 22500. So our 2a will equal to 50,000 minus the 27500. So when you reach here, divide by 2, divide by 2. So your A will equal to, I'm getting 13750. Hope that is the same answer we are getting. Yes, Ivan.
Sir, my question was about the method. I'm
Mm.
sorry I wasn't around, but is it the elimination? Because the elimination I know, you cross the number that you want to eliminate, the unknown, which number you want to eliminate. You lift the one of the equation down and multiply it by the equation up, and the one of the equation up, you multiply it by the equation down.
Yes, it is okay. It is the same method we are using, but I've already explained and said that why we do that is to ensure that the coefficients are the same. But the moment you find that the coefficients are the same, you may not go into that. But even when you do that, you still get the same answer.
Okay, thank you, sir.
But here, just because when you look at them, they were the same. So multiplying, it is okay. Okay, now here, the last step after obtaining this, don't stop at this point. Go back and respond because they ask determine the cost of one tin of A and a box of B. So now always come back for any task you are doing and put the response. So you respond that the cost of one tin of A is UGX this, and the cost of one tin of B is that. That should always be your response, such that they can put for you a mark, a P. A. So do not forget to respond after getting A and after getting B. Come back and respond that the cost of one tin of A is this, and the cost of one tin of B is that. So that is how you conclude that the cost of one tin of A is, then you put the price, and one tin of B is that. Okay. Hope we are on the same page. Are we good to continue? Are we good to continue now? Okay. And then we go back to part B now. Part B asks us that how much would 4 tins of drug A and 5 boxes of drug B cost from the same wholesale pharmacy? So now here you're going to do your mathematics. So I'm going to ask you to do it. They want us, you have found out what one tin of A costs and you have found out what one tin of B costs. So that means that from your answer you have got, you are going to go on and determine how much it can cost. So 4 tins of A and 5 tins of B. So find the price. So I can maybe do it here. So we are working on part B. They want us to, we have 4 tins of A and 5, yes, I think it is 4 tins of A, 4 tins of A and 5 boxes of B and 5 boxes. So find out how much that would be. Okay, so here for me I will multiply that to be 4 times A, which is 13750, plus I don't know that they asked. So find out the cost. Okay, I think people are getting the answer. Then here you multiply 5 times the 7500. So here I'm saying 5500 plus the 5 times 750, which is 37500. And here the total cost would have been, yeah. So I agree with the people who have put the answer in the chat. Now here, don't forget, we have to write the response. We have to respond back. Then you'll conclude and say that the cost of 4 tins of A and 5 boxes of B would cost UGX, then you say 92,500. So that would be your response. For whatever task, respond back to the question they have asked. If there is any question, you can raise up the hand. If we have no question, then we can proceed. Yeah. And always, please, when you meet a spontaneous equation, go back and check whether the answers surely you have got can satisfy the equation. When time allows, go back and say, let me check whether they can fit in here and I get the answer. The other alternative is you can check on the calculator using your calculator and see whether those answers you have got surely are correct. Never allow to fail a simultaneous equation. Never allow to fail a quadratic equation. At least you'd rather put your right answers if the methods, things are failing to work out. Okay. Are we good to continue? Okay, we can continue. Okay, then the next part is still, this is the same item. It is on application. Like I told you at the start that they can combine. They can combine simultaneous equation and another idea. Now, when you look at the second paragraph, they told us that she also wants to sell her plot she bought in the neighborhood village in order to buy the one in the village where the drug shop is located. However, she's not sure of the exact dimensions. Now, the word dimensions, whenever they use it in contexts or in different scenarios, dimensions refer to the size. It can be the length, it can be the width, it can be the height. Those are what we call the dimensions of a figure. So that is what should always come to your mind, that this question wants you to obtain what could be the length, what could be the width, what could be the height. But she knows that it is a triangular in shape with the two sides at right angles to each other. Now, for some of these things that when you read require to have some rough sketch, please go on and make your sketch. Do not just go on and calculate directly. Yes, so you make sure you go and then make a simple sketch. Now, like here, they say that it is triangular in shape. So we expect you to draw a simple shape of a triangle, then at right angles. Then you draw the right angles. So here being a triangle, we expect you still, you are going to be have a right figure. So we expect you, and if I say rough, doesn't mean that you are going to come and you draw those rough things using freehand. You show clearly that it is a triangle, like the way you see mine. So here, even I can put a simple heading that a sketch of the triangular plots, something like that. So after making my simple sketch, they told us that the two sides are at right angle. This is the right angle. So this is the first side and this is the second side. Then they went on and said that to each other, and one side exceeds the other by 2. So one side is exceeding the other by 2. Now let me assume if this is my first side, I'm just assuming if this is my first side and this side, you are going to let me know through the chart. If this side here is, sorry, let me first pick the pen. If this side here is 4 members here, what do you think the height would be if it exceeds by, if it is longer than the other by 2? What could be our height? Very good. It could be 6. Very good. If this, imagine, if this was 8, what could our height be? I don't know that people are figuring it out. It could be 10. Very good. So next, sometimes they can say it exceeds. Another time they will say it is less than. So you need to read the question and understand. Now, here, since we are not sure what the length or the width, the length and height would be, then we shall let. Then they told us the longest side is 10. Now, when they say the longest side, now you need to know that for on a triangle, the longest side is what we call the hypotenuse. So this one is where you place your 10 meters. Now you notice that we don't know these sides. So you are going to say that let let 1, or I can say let the base length be, then I can say any let of your choice. So let me say let it be x. So when you let this one to be x, members, our base length, they told us one side is 2 meters longer than the other. What could our height be if we have let the base to be x? So what's going to be our height? Thank you, Kra. Yes. So this was going to be x plus 2. And these are the meters, these are the meters. Even you indicate x meters. So after doing so, I want someone who is going to tell us that now we have our triangle completed, but we want to find x. Which knowledge are we going to use to be able to get? You can raise up the hand, feel free. Which knowledge do we need to apply on that triangle? Yes, Josh. Josh? Oh, Desire?
Okay, so here we're going to use isopropyl theorem, whereby I know that
Oh,
s squared is equal to the longest side squared.
uh-huh.
I come up with a quadratic equation, something like that.
Okay. Perfect. So here, like she has said, we are going to use the knowledge of Pythagoras theorem. So we are going to come and let our sides for when you are using the Pythagoras theorem that this one can be your A, this one can be your B, and this one can be your C. So you can say that using Pythagoras theorem, using the Pythagoras theorem, we know very well that we have a squared plus b squared will always equal to c squared. So now here we shall come and say our a is x, so I'll square it, x squared plus our b, which is x plus 2 squared, will equal to our c, which is 10 squared. Hope everyone now sees that clearly. Now, here, I know some of you have the quick math of expanding x plus 2 everything squared, which is very okay. But I also understand that some of you still have some few challenges. So what you do, there is not any penalty for you doing your work. So you can come and first work out this in case you are not sure. So you come and say that my x plus 2 squared means I'll have to get my x plus 2 into x plus 2. Remember, this x is going to multiply everything here. So you open it very well that x into x plus 2. Then this one again is going to multiply here. You say plus 2 into x plus 2. So when you open up, you have x squared plus the 2x plus the 2x plus the 4. So at the end of the day, we shall end up with x squared plus 4x plus 4. Members, are we on the same chart? In case we are not on the same page, you can let us know. Hope that is okay to everyone, how we have opened up our brackets. So Bilonji, Tracy, you can unmute. Oh, it is Tracy. Tracy, you can unmute and maybe first let us know where we are leaving you behind.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, morning.
Master, how you have opened the brackets?
How we have opened the brackets. Okay. You stay on, do not mute. Now, Tracy, we have this x plus 2 and x plus 2. Hope you know how it comes, these two. It means multiply these 2 times. Is this okay?
Yes.
Now, when we are opening, are you seeing this x here?
Yes.
It affects everything you have this side. So we write it as x multiplied by everything in the other bracket. Is that okay?
Yes.
Then also, there is this plus 2 here. Now this plus 2 also multiplies the other. So I will say plus 2, then I multiply it by the whole bracket. Is that fine?
Yes.
Now when I'm opening, this x here multiplies the one inside here, and this x also multiplies the other. So I have x times x plus x times 2 plus, open for me this second bracket. What would be your thing?
2 times x
Uh-huh.
plus 2 times 2.
Uh-huh. So how do you tell me x times x, what do you get?
X squared.
X times 2, what do you get?
2x.
2 times x, what do you get?
2x.
2 times 2, what do you get?
4.
4. Hope now you can relate very well.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Then, Kauthra, the rest you can go on and be completing the number as I take on some hands. Yes, Kauthra?
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, today for me I'm late. I want to repeat part B.
Oh, okay. Kauthra, you are going to allow me that what we shall do, we are going to share the recording so you'll be able to go through it slowly. Is
Okay.
that fine?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Marita,
Morning, sir.
morning.
Me, I thought like on this number you use like trigonometry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, but that's why I was like trigonometry because I don't know it. I know this one, but I don't know trigonometry. I sometimes teacher doesn't mark this and he marks trigonometry. Like these things
Okay.
of soccer. Yeah.
Mm.
And I need some help there.
Okay, now the way you hear trigonometry, tri means 3, right?
Yes.
And then the other gonometry means angle measurements. So now when you look at our figure here, Marita, are you seeing any angle? Do you have any angle?
No?
Okay. So though we have the 90, but trigonometry is mainly used when when we have angles being given. And now expect a lot of trigonometry when you are dealing with item 3, 4, sorry, item 5, 6, those last items. That's where you should expect trigonometry.
Okay.
So when you come here, unless the question has a hint on trigonometry, but here, there's no way you're going to use your trigonometry because you have 90. Yeah,
Okay, thank you, sir.
okay. So here we are going to substitute members that this is x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 100. Okay, so those who are others, please continue. I want to just get one volunteer who can take us from this step. The rest you can be completing. So we collect like terms, x squared plus x squared, we end up with, okay? Yes, Virginia?
Morning, Cha.
Morning.
So from this step, x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 100. X squared, okay, we collect, okay, like we add the like terms, which is x squared plus x squared, and then we get 2x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 100. And then we move the 100 to our left-hand side in order to leave a 0 on this side. Say 2x squared plus 4x plus 4 minus 100 is equal to 100 minus 100. And then 2x squared plus 4x minus 96 is equal to 0. Now I use the other method. I don't know what it's called. Negative b.
Okay.
Yes, negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac out of everything out of 2a. Yes, so since we know that our a is 2,
Okay.
96.
Continue.
So
A
since we
is
know
equal
that
to
our a
2.
is 2 and b is 4, and then our c is negative 96, we can proceed to substitute the formula by saying negative 4 plus or minus square root of 4 squared minus 4 into brackets 2 times negative 6. Oh, sorry, 96, sorry. Everything out of 2 times 2. Yes. So negative 4 plus or minus square root of 16 minus 4 in 4 times, let me work it out here. 96. Negative 91, 92. Everything out of 4. So negative 4 plus or minus square root of 16 plus 768 plus 768, everything out of 4. And then negative 4 plus or minus root of 784, everything out of 4. And then negative 4 plus or minus 28 out of 4. So we're going to divide. Okay, I think it's possible to divide the 4. I think it's possible to divide the 4 or both the negative 4 and 28, since we have the plus or minus in the center. So we're going to get 4 divided by negative 4 is negative 1 plus 28 divided by 4 is 7. So, okay, maybe that. So we're going to have negative 1 plus or minus 7. Then we're going to work both possibilities on the side. We're going to say negative 1 plus 7, which is 6, and then negative 1 minus 7, which is negative 8. So our answers are going to be 6 and negative 8.
Okay. Thank you so much, Virginia. Okay. So from here, Virginia, we go back. Since they asked for dimensions for the land, then, and the figure we are solving, you are going now to reason out. So you're going to reason out here on your conclusion that which one should I take on basing on the scenario you are dealing with. So members, through the chat, what could be your answer? Menela has said it is 6. Very good. So here, your conclusion would have been that x is equal to 6 meters. This one, we discard it because it is a negative. Then, okay. Yes, Mary?
So is it okay to reduce the equation by 2 by 2 before you go for the method.
Very okay, very okay. Here, you can as well, you reduce for us. What do you have when you reduce?
I have k squared plus 2k minus 96 is equal to
Okay,
0.
k squared plus 2k
Minus negative 6. Minus 6. Minus 96.
no, 96 divided by 2. Did you divide 48?
Oh, it's 48.
Equals to 0. Yes. So it is okay, members. In case there is a common factor that can go through, it is very okay for you to keep on reducing. It is very okay. Then here, it is up to you to use which approach is okay. So here, since it is item 2, in item 2, that's why we have quadratics. So it is okay to use any quadratic method. You can use completing squares. You can use a graphical approach. You can use the bulldozer or what you call the quadratic formula. You can use the factorization method. So any method that you feel is easy for you is what you go for. Okay. Yes, pros.
Teacher, my question is you on the other slide
Hmm.
in calculations
Hmm.
where there is -4, positive or
Hmm.
negative square root of 16 minus 4x minus 192. How have you
Hmm.
got it? I'm lost from there because
From where? Here.
I thought that we multiply 4 times 2 and we get
Oh.
8, negative 8x.
Oh, this is a multiplication. This is not x, right?
Okay.
Because it is
Thank you.
4SC. Are you seeing?
Yes.
So you multiply 4 times our A, which was 2, times our C, which was 96, negative 96.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now from here, we are going to continue and obtain our dimensions. So remember on our figure, we had our figure like this. So this was x plus 2, and this was 10. So now here for x, our dimension here would be 6. Then for this one, we shall say it is 6 plus 2, which gives us 80 meters. So here we have 6 meters and here we had 10 meters. But do not forget, I've told you have to respond back to the question. So who wants to respond for us? How do you respond to the question? How do you write your response? After obtaining your base, your height, I can even say my height now is going to be 8, depending on how you have labeled. Yes, Alicia.
Good morning.
Yes, morning.
The question asks us to find the dimension of the triangle. So I'm guessing we'd have to first find the area in order to get the proper dimension.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. Now, Alicia, when we talk about dimensions, dimensions, we are referring to the the length, the width, and the height. So when they ask you the dimensions, you make your conclusion basing on what is your length, what is your width, and what is your height. Is that okay?
Yes.
So can you make for us a conclusion basing on what we have obtained for those different things?
Okay. The dimension of the land is a base of 6 meters, height of 8 meters, and a hypothesis
Hypotenuse.
hypotenuse of 10 meters.
Perfect. Yes. So that is how you conclude. Then also you have brought out something that can also be asked here. They can ask you the space that is being occupied by the land. So when they ask for the space, that's when you go on and calculate the area of the land. Okay. Thank you, Ria. Ria, unmute.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
In this point, where
Mm,
my colleague said that you first divide by 2,
mm, mm,
right? So I divided, I worked
mm,
out the number,
mm.
and the square root is giving me a number with a point. Is
Oh,
it okay?
no, it's not
So
okay.
the answer I'm getting, it's negative
Mm.
8.211 and 6.211.
Okay, we go, okay. Let's write it here. You have x squared plus 2x minus 48, eh?
Yes.
So what was your A?
My A is 1,
B?
and
It
B
is?
is 2. B
It
is
is?
It
2?
is 2. Yes.
C?
C is negative 48.
I'm going to just take in the square root because that's where the mistake is, eh? So you have b
Yes.
squared minus 4ac. So inside
Yes.
here, what do you have for your b? Do you have 2
It is,
squared
yes,
minus
2 squared minus, it is 2 squared
mhm,
minus 4
mhm,
times 1.
times 2, times 1, okay,
Because A is 1 times negative 48.
okay. Inside the root, 2 squared gives us 4.
It's 2.
And then, are you seeing this negative and this negative?
Yeah, it's
The
going to
root
give me
are plus.
192.
So 4 times 48, you got 192.
Yes,
So 192 plus 4.
it's 196.
Do you have 196?
Okay, master, thank you. I've seen my
Okay.
mistake.
Okay. Gloria. Sorry, Gloria, come again.
So I'm inquiring in
Mm.
stating that when I say that the triangular plot of land is 10 meters by 6 meters by 8 meters.
Oh, 10 meters by?
10 meters by 6 meters by 8 meters.
Okay, now that one isn't the a standard way of stating the dimensions. Because now when you look at this question, when you look at the scenario, when you are stating, you go back, because what I know, when you go back to the question, try to use almost the same words they used in the scenario. When you look in the scenario, they used words like the longest side. So you need to be specific on the words that they use, that the longest side is this one, this, like that. Because for that one, when you say this by this by this, someone may not know which side is which, depending on your calculation.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, we have another one here. Now, these spontaneous equations, okay, Menel, you can come in as people read through this.
Um, so when you let if for you let your height to be the x plus 2. Take for
Mm,
example, someone let their height to be b. Would they
mm.
still be correct or?
It is the same. You get the same answers and you'll be marked. Okay. People, we can read through. Now, the spontaneous equations can be bought in different versions. So, how you respond to them, how you approach is what matters. I want us to read through and let me know through the chat whether we have to do it or whether you'll try it in your free time. You can let me know through the chat after reading through. So I'm going to look in the chat whether people want we do. Okay, people are suggesting we do it. Okay, we try it. Okay, so they're saying that here they told us that Mince's art team, a teacher at high school, is organizing an education tour for her senior 2 class to Marshall Falls National Park. The school has hired a bus that can carry 78 passengers when full. The bus has a total of 30 seats. Some seats are designed to accommodate 3 students, while others are more spacious and accommodate 6 students each. Now, the students are like the passengers. Means our team needs to know how many of each type of seat are available to assign students appropriately and ensure comfort and safety. Now, this is the first problem they want us to solve. They want us to find the 2 seats and then the 3 seats. That is the first thing. Then additionally, they want us to find out how much will the driver pocket at the end of that day. Now, I'm going to come here. The first thing you do, you can first have your work summarized very well. So after summarizing, I know you have boarded buses. So you know that in some buses, okay, I think my art may not do for me well. Like this is let me say this is the bus. Like you have here 3 and you have here 2, something like that. So they are trying to find out if these are the 3 seats and these are the 2 seats. How many do we have in the bus? Like you know the bus, like you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So how many 3 seats do you have and how many 2 seats do you have within the bus? So that's what we are going to solve. So what do you need? We are going to first let. When we are letting, we are going to, let me draw my thing here. So I'm going to come here. I draw a simple table. And then I'm going to have, there are 2 things here that are varying or that are changing. The 3 seats and then the 2 seats. Hope that is okay. The 3 passenger seats and what we call the 2 passenger seats. So I am going to come here and say, these are the 3 passenger seats. Then I have also the 2 passenger seats. Hope that is okay. We have the 3 passengers and then the 2 passenger seats. So when we are letting, we are going to first let, even if I don't draw now on the table, I'm going to say that let the 3 passenger seats be X. Let the 2 passenger seats be Y. Kindly let me know whether that is okay. Is that first step okay? Since there is, I make, pardon. Now, I am going to draw my bus here, a simple bus figure. This is your bus. The bus has 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So these are like how the chairs are placed in the bus. I'm just imagining. This is how they are placed. Now, what the question is asking, that in this bus, we have a section where students can sit free. And then we have a section where students can sit too. But because the teacher is planning for how to accommodate these people very well, for her planning, they want to know inside this bus, how many chairs of this kind that are free in nature are, and how many are those that are 2 in the bus. So that means that the two things that are changing, that are varying, are the 3 passenger seats and then the 2 passenger seats. So the 3 passenger seats, these ones that are 3, is what I'm calling the X. Then these ones that are 2 is what I'm calling the Y. I don't know whether it is now clear. Is it clear now? Yes, it is clear. Now, those are the things that we are doing. Then from there, we are going to go and ask ourselves, in total, they have told us that these chairs are 30. That means that when you combine the 3 passenger seats plus the 2 passenger seats, the number you get is going to be 30 seats in total. Can you first write for me that equation in the chat? Hey. Then when you combine the 3 passenger seats plus the 2 passenger seats, the number is 30 seats in total. Can you first write for me that equation? And I see in the chat. Let's try and see how that equation can look like. Hey, I've always seen 2 answers that are correct. Now I've seen the third one. I've seen Alicia, I've seen Virginia, I've seen Mark, Josh Best. Now, yes. So now we are going to come back here. Yes. Remember the 3 passenger seats here, we called them X. The 2 passenger seats here, we called them Y. Now they are telling us that, I'm telling you that when we combine the 3 passenger seats plus the 2 passenger seats, the number should equal to 30 seats in total. So what am I going to do? Now that equation we are going to write is that because X means 3 passenger seats plus Y, which is the number for the 2 passenger seats, the total number here should equal to 30. So this is how the equation is going to look like. Now, let me ask the second one. They told us that this bus can carry 78 passengers when full. When full. So you tell me, what equation can we write to cover this when it is full? How are we going? Can we combine our 3 passenger seats plus the 2 passenger seats to be able to get the total number? Can we first write that equation? I get Desiree.
Now, since I say that let X and let 2 passenger seats be Y. Remember 3, like 3, and then we have 2 students. So now we shall have 3x plus 2 equaling to 78.
Very good. Very good. Yes, that is very correct. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So these are the 2 equations. Now this equation is giving you the capacity of the bus. This equation here is giving you the available seats in the bus. So this one here is the one that we can use to calculate how many children we can take on. So hope those 2 equations are okay. Yeah, kindly let me know whether we are good to continue. Now 3, okay, I come back. Now here you need to understand 3 shows us that we are that X, remember X represents the 3 passenger seats. So X means that when I say 3 times X, 3 means the number of children, like the number of children that can sit on that chair, that there are 3 children. When I write 2y, it means that the number of children that can sit on that chair are 2. That's the meaning. That when I get the 3 children times the number of 3 chair seats we have plus the 2 children times the number of 2 chairs we have, then we can get 78. That is the meaning. I don't know whether we have picked that. Are we good to continue? Oh, okay. I don't know whether, is it Kirsten? You can unmute. The rest, can you go on and solve that equation? The rest, can you go on and solve the equation as I respond to some questions? Those who have not understood, put your hand up such that I can be able to pick on you. Raise your hand. I wanted Kirsten, you can unmute. Okay. He's not unmuting. So we are solving. Okay. Okay. Cynthia, unmute.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
For me, my confusion is with the each on the 2 passenger seats. They say that they are more spacious and can accommodate 2 passengers each.
Okay, let me go back. While others are must accommodate 2 students each. That means in the interpretation was like, this is your bus. Are you seeing the bus? Now, the 2, meaning that these ones are a bit big, eh? These ones here. So they take on 2 students. That 1 student here and another student here. This one take on 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes these seats are combined in the bus. So it's like some are big, others are a bit small. I don't know whether you are getting the idea or not yet, Cynthia. Cynthia, you can unmute.
I've got it, teacher.
Even you can look at the cars, at the cars or any other vehicle, the way they make the seats. These ones that take on 2 sometimes tend to be a bit more comfortable. When you look at some drones, when you look at them, sometimes they look to be a bit more comfortable. Sometimes they squeeze. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Benjamin.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Yeah, for the first equation, I'm getting it, but the second one, that's where the problem is coming from.
Is coming. Okay. Benjamin, are you seeing X stands for 3 passenger seats?
Yes, I got
Then
that
this
one.
one stands for the 2 passenger seats,
Seat.
right?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
if I may ask, Benjamin, if
Yes.
if you have
Yes.
3, okay, if you have 4 passenger seats, 4, if you have 4 passenger seats, how many of 3, how many children would you take?
If you have 4 passenger seats of 3,
How many passengers will you take?
I will take 12.
12. How did you get 12?
It's 4 times 3.
4 times 3.
3.
And what does the 3 here stand for?
The 3 stands for the number of the seats.
The number of?
For the number of the 3 passenger seats.
Okay, I repeat my question. If you have 4 passenger seats of 3, how many children can you take? That was the question, right?
Or you
Yes?
take 12. You
You
take
take
12.
12.
3
How
is
did
the...
you? So what
Yeah, you
does the
take...
3 stand for?
The 3 stands for the number of children in
The
one
number
seat.
of children on one seat. Perfect. Then the 4 stands for?
The 4 stands for the number of passenger seats.
So when I come back here, can you interpret for me? What does this 3 stand for?
The 3 stands for the number of children in the seat.
And X stands for?
X stands for the number of passenger seats of the 3 passenger seats.
Perfect.
Yes.
Hope now it is clear.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Let me hope now we are getting. Okay, people have got 12. People have got 12. Okay. Okay. There's someone raising up the hand. Yes, I don't know that you can allow me here. I use substitution method. That's what I'm going to use. Or someone
Good
can.
morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Is it possible to use the matrix method?
Okay, I said earlier on that when you are responding to the items, you need to know under which element of construct are you dealing with. And I say that since here we are in item number 2, it is not so proper for you to use the matrix method because matrices lie under the third element of construct. So here, the best approaches to use could be elimination, substitution, or graphical method.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. So from here, like many of you have done, I don't know that there is someone who wants to take us through mainly because always better you know almost all methods, but in case you have one method, it is as well okay. So anyone who wants to take us through? Okay, so can we stick to one method? Do we use elimination or you want to use substitution? Which one do you want to use? Okay, let me pick on Mary. Yes, Mary?
So we get first equation x plus y is equal to that.
Okay, Mary, they are suggesting we use elimination. Oh, oh, Mary, your network. Girl, your network, Mary. It is not so well. Gloria, you can help her.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I'd like to inquire about the graphical method.
Yes, you may ask.
I would love to inquire about the graphical method.
Yes. Oh, like how to use it?
Yes.
Okay, now if you are to use the graphical method, what you do, you first draw a table for X and Y. This is the table X and Y, like this. So let me say for the first one, have your points in the table. Let me say 0, 1, 2, like that. Fill in your Y. Draw for the first equation. Draw another table for the second equation. Then after, you're going to go to your graph. You get the point where the two lines are meeting. Now, in case this is the point where the two lines are meeting, you're going to come down here, read off the X value here, come here, read off the Y value. And that will be the pair of simultaneous equation.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Then allow me not to solve this equation since people have already obtained the answer. Everyone will try it out. Everyone will try it out, I think. So looking in the chart, people got their value of X and their value of Y. But just I think to be sure, people you can, X is 18 and Y is 12. So X is 18 and Y is equal to 12. So everyone, you'll try to get those two values. Then I go to the second part. The second part, they were asking how much should the driver expect after the trip? Now, here, this question might have looked easy, but it had something hidden that you needed to know. Here, one, they are bringing in the concept of functions, whether you know how to calculate functions, but still they are looking for the basic knowledge. Do you know how to get the money? So I know everyone here is getting the money. Can I ask everyone first get the money? The driver is going to pocket quickly. Let everyone first calculate and you tell me how much is the driver going to get? What do you think? I'm waiting for people to get the money. How much is the driver going to pocket? So let's make the calculation. I've started now seeing 255. Okay. Yeah. Now from the chart, so far I've not yet seen a right answer from the what I'm seeing in the chart. Yeah. I've not yet seen any answer that is correct. Yes, so far there is no answer that is cross. I'm still waiting to see whether we can, but all the answers I'm seeing are a bit off. Yes, Desire?
Okay, remember in the hint given that's the
You suppose?
Yes, declare.
You're supposed?
Basic fee is trying to say that's the basic fee is 60,000 for the trip. And then I'm just saying that plus 5,000 for 5,000. So that's like every class in shillings 5,000. So we can pass 1 kilometer, which is shillings 1,000. And then that's the distance from the school to the national park is 205 kilometers. So we shall multiply 205 kilometers and which will give us.
Okay, thank you. I didn't pick you well. Desire, your network, Your network. Either I had some idea. You had some idea, but I didn't pick you well. Yes, now from the chart, maybe Desire, we can use the chart, Now from the chart, I've only seen one answer that is correct. One, I repeat, whenever you meet these scenarios, it may look something very easy, but really to understand. The question here, some of the keywords they told you, I've not seen. It was only one person who had a right answer. Now, number one, Desire. Okay, she's not unmuting.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm saying.
So I'm not okay.
Not yet. Not yet.
What about?
What? Okay, you can make your communication.
Okay, what I was saying that you first get plus money gets, whereby we get for 1 kilometer and it is shillings 1,000. So they have told us that it covers 200 meters. Therefore, when you multiply, you get shillings 1,500. That is the plus gets. The question I've said a basic fee shillings 50,000. So you're going to add 50,000 plus 2,500, giving us a total of shillings 70,500.
Okay, thank you, Desire. That is okay, though something is still missing. Now, when you read, they asked, how much would the driver expect after the trip? After the trip. So after the trip, it means that the children are going to go and come back. I don't know that my interpretation is okay. Because after the trip, in other words, after the trip, they have come back to the school. So there are two things that you needed to have because they have to go and they have to come back. So when they come back after the trip, how much will the driver get? Remember, he has to drive the going and then the coming back. So going, he has covered the 205. Coming back, still the 200 what? 5. So you needed to check out that. I don't know, let me get people's reaction. Now, still, even after getting that, you know a basic fee is given to you once. So it is given to you once for accepting to do something. That before I come and I do an activity, I tell you, first give me my money. Before you call on. Now people have started noticing. Anita, yes. Chivumbi, yes. Yes. So you notice that here you needed to reason out. So I expected you to first obtain, like Desire told us, someone could calculate how much he gets per 1 kilometer, which was 5,000, divide by 5, which was 1,000. Then you know that the total distance is going to cover is going to be 205 times 2, then times the 1,000. Then after, you add on the basic fee of 50,000. Alternatively, you could as well come and say 205. The distance is going to be, to cover is going to be 205 times 2. Then the answer you get, I divide it by 5. Then that means I'll have 41 times 41 plus 41. Then it means I'll get the 82 times the 5,000. Then I add on the basic fee. I don't know whether people have got what they were supposed to do. That's why I said there was only one or two people who had the right answers. So those who, the answer of 460, I saw it with only 2 people. That's why I kept saying that the answers are not okay. I repeat, a basic fee, sometimes we call, like when you go and visit a doctor, they tell you, before you see the doctor, you first pay your 10,000. Then after, for any service you need, you also pay for it. That I want to go for this checkup, I want to go for this checkup, I want to go for this. They keep charging you for every service. So a driver, whenever he's going for that trip, they first give him his 50,000 as just upkeep. But for every 5 kilometers he's going to drive, he has an allowance of 5,000. So to get the total amount, you always get the basic fee. The basic fee is given like acceptance for you to take on that activity. Then times the distance is going to cover, which is 205 plus the 205. 205 plus 205, then everything times the 1,000. Or here you can get the basic fee, then plus the distance, which is 205 plus 205, divide by 2, then divide by, this is going to be 5, then times 5,000. That could be the other way. I don't know whether it is okay or not yet. Hunter, let me know whether it is okay. Ria, let me know whether it is okay now. Marita says no. Okay, Marita, raise up your hand. Marita? Yes, Marita, ask.
Okay, teacher, to me,
Mm.
I got lost from here. When you say, like, you divide by 5, like from the start, not that from the start from where I began from, but
Okay.
ever
Marita, we do it together. What is the total distance they are going to cover for the whole trip?
That is 205 plus 205.
And how much? And what do you get?
Let me first say 205. You get 410.
These are the kilometers, eh?
Yes.
But they told you that for every 5 kilometers is given 5,000, not so?
Yes.
Now you may ask, in 410, how many fives do you have?
Let me see.
How many do you have? Okay, what do you do?
82. Like you divide by 5. You have
You divide. So you get 82. So how much is he going to get? Now he has covered 82. But for those kilometers, he was paid 5,000. So how much is that?
you get 82 times, like, to me, I get 82 times the money they are paying.
Which is?
Which is 5,000.
So does this give you 410,000?
Let me see it. Yes.
Now, this is just the money for driving for the kilometers. But remember, he's given a fee for the trip, which is 50,000. So now to get the total amount, we shall get the 410 we have obtained, then plus the basic fee of 50,000. So we end up with 460,000.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay. So let me hope now it is okay. It is okay. And now people who made a mistake and multiplied the initial amount of, is it 205 times 2, you got something above. Yeah, because now that means you have doubled the basic fee. So because you have doubled. Yeah. So always please read to understand. Don't rush. First read to understand, and there are some keywords that should always guide you. So here you make your conclusion that the driver should expect 460,000 at the end or after the trip. Okay, so we can now continue. We have another one here. So read through this item. Let me hope we are reading. We are reading through. Yeah. Now, when you look at this item, like I've told you, these items can combine. Now, what is it combining? It is combining the knowledge of equations. Number two, equations here, it has an idea of quadratic equation. Number two, it is combining equations and inequalities. You studied inequalities. So when I take you back to the element of construct here, it is combining this topic. It has it has algebra 1 and 2, but also it is combining quadratic. Okay, This quadratic and algebra 1 and 2, it has quadratics, but also has inequalities and regions. So it has combined those three topics. So meaning that when you are reading, like I repeat, do not be specific that this is what I'm reading only. So read everything. You never know where the item is going to come from. Yeah, tell me whether we shall do it or we need to go through it. Will you try it in your free time, or you can let me know through the chat, or you need us to go through? Okay. Okay. Now we are going to start. Now the first step, always you do, the good thing, sometimes they write for you in paragraphs and then they assemble the questions depending. So this is the first paragraph, and the first paragraph is responding to this. So what are you going to do? One, I want you read and then understand. So they are telling us that Nabale village is undertaking two essential initiatives to improve their water access and security. First, they need to raise 2 million to construct a community well, with all members initially agreeing to equal contributions. That is the first step. Now, from there, they told us that when 40 members withdrew from this project, the remaining members each had to contribute an additional 2,500 to meet the funding goal. So here we have a group of people who came together and agreed that each of them must contribute 2 million. That they should get 2 million, and then they agree. But unfortunately, some could not manage the pressure, so they had to go away from the group. Now they have asked you, what could have been the original number of members? So since the question wants the original number of members, we are going to let our unknown, let it be the original number. So I'm going to say that let the original number of members be n. That is the original number. Then, in case the original number was n at first, I'm going to go to the second one. What could have been the original contribution? So I'm going to say, I'm going also to come and say that let the original contribution. Oh no, okay, even if I don't let the contribution, okay, let the original contribution be C. Let me call it C. So C means the original contribution. Now I want everyone in the chat, if the original number was N and the original contribution by each member was C, can you write for me that equation? Initially, they had to contribute to, they were looking for 2 million. What do you think each member could have contributed at first? What could that equation look like? If they had gone the way they had agreed, how could it look like using those unknowns? Very good, Hunter. Is everyone seeing that? Hey, because they were, so I'm going to say that C, which is the original contribution, will equal to 2 million divided by the original number of people. Very good, Mark. Menel, yes. Hope this is okay to everyone. The original contribution, initially, this is what they had to contribute. Is that equation okay, everyone? Do not allow us to leave you behind. Yeah. Now, from there, we are going to go to the second part. After the members, after the 40 members withdrew or pulled out, when the 40 members were out. Now, if the 40 members were out, no, I repeat, initially, just imagine in the group, you are 5 people. That is, let me create that scenario. You are 5 people and you are growing and you want to raise 2 million. You want to raise 2 million. That means that to get how much each person has to contribute, get the 2 million divided by the 5 people. That is each person's contribution. So C here stands for that each person's contribution initially before the 40 members left. That is the meaning. So that means you get the total amount you were supposed to contribute divided by the original number of people you had. Let me hope now it is okay. Hope now it is okay for people who are asking. Then from here, we are going to go on. We are going to go on and ask ourselves, after the 40 members pulled out, what is going to happen? Now, this is where we are going to. Now, we are going to write that. But we know very well that initially, I want you to look at the first equation. Initially, we have said C is each person's contribution. I want you to tell me whether you agree that initially, when you look at this equation here, when I cross multiply, it means that when I get the number of people times the cost each person is supposed to pay, I'll have to get 2 million. Kindly let me know whether this is okay. N times C is equal to 2 million. Kindly let me know through the chat whether that is very okay, because that is, yes, it is okay. It is very okay. Yeah, so I'm going to write that one. Allow me to write it here, that the number of people times the individual cost should be able to give us the 2 million. Now, I want you to write for me. We have said the original number of people were N, but 40 members withdrew. Now this one is going to change. You tell me, how can we indicate? Initially you had, let me say 100. When 40 people withdraw, how do you get the remaining number? How do you get the remaining number? Let me pick Ivan. Yes, Ivan.
It will be equal to the original number minus the 40.
The original number minus the 40. Perfect. That is true. Now, we go to individual contribution. Initially, they had to contribute C. This was the original contribution by each. Now, if now they have added them an additional fee of 2,500, what is the new contribution by each member? Put it in the chat as well. Put it in the chat. Initially, they had to contribute C. If now they have added them an addition, thank you, Mugisa. Yes, that is now very okay. Now, allow me now to write this. We have said 40 members withdrew, so N is going to become N minus 40 to indicate that 40 people have withdrawn. Then C, since people have been added an additional fee, we shall say C plus the 25,000. And this money should still remain the 2 million. Kindly, I think 10 is not supposed to be there. No, it is okay. Members, is that equation very okay? Is that equation I've formed very fine to everyone? Now it is yes. Now, since we are interested in finding the original number of people, the thing we need to remove is the C. So from our equation, we are going to remove the C. So to remove the C, I will use this. Because we know that C is equal to 2 million out of N. So where there is C, we shall put this. So I'll come here and say, this is N minus 40 into C. which is 2 million divided by n, then plus the 25 0 equals to 2 million. Are we still on the same page? What? Are we still on the same page? David, continue, and then we check out the answer. Now, when you reach at this step, the first thing I want us always to remove whenever we are doing with equations are these denominators here. Now, whenever you find you have a denominator, first work it out to see how to remove it. So you are going to allow me to first do my side work. So my side work is going to be, I have the 2 million out of n, then plus the 2500. I'm dealing with this bracket alone. So when I'm dealing with this bracket, like the way we have, let me say I have 1 out of 2 plus 3. I know very well here, this is like out of 1. The LCM here is 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1 times 1. Plus 2 divided by 1 times 3, which is 2 times 3. Still, the same thing can happen. Here, I want you to, if those who know, there is another approach you could say that in case I have 1, 2 plus 3, I know this is 1. So I can come multiply this by this, which is 1 times 1. Then here, since there is a plus, I multiply these 2, which is 2 times 3. Then after I go to the denominators, I also multiply them 2 times 1. That is the thing. So that is what I want to use here. That this one is like out of 1. So I'll have this one multiplied up here. I have this one multiplied here. So when I multiply like this, I'll have the 2 million times 1, which is 2 million, plus this n multiplied by here, which is 2500n. Then everything, n, you multiply the ones down, which will give us n, because n times 1 is equal to n. Yeah, we are going to continue that step because I'm going to just replace it. Are we going to continue for that part? Okay, people have said yeah. Kathy, you can let us know where the problem is coming from. Kathy,
Yes, teacher.
Yes, where is the problem?
Teacher, I'm not understanding the way you have worked out that. Is it an equation? Even I don't know.
Which one? This? Which
the
one?
n, the last thing you have done.
This one? It's like you keep on. How do you work out? Let me say you have 1 out of A plus B. How do you simplify it?
To me, I would get the LCM
Which
as
is?
A. Yeah. Then A divided by A to be 1. 1 times 1. Then 1 times 1. Then A divided by 1, it will be A. A times B, which is AB.
AB. Now that is the same thing we are doing here. It is the same thing. A.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
So you are also going to get this.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
I've got it.
Okay. So now let's here we are going to continue. So we shall have n minus 40 into, you have allowed me here to just put 2 million plus the 250. I've showed you how it comes about. Everything divided by n is equal to 2 million. Now, when we reach here, like I've said, we are going to remove Samsung. Those who have finished, please continue and do. Others, you can be continuing as I respond and do. Yes, Samsung.
Teacher, I'm confused whereby I'm saying like it's out of n. What I got was, I thought we are cross multiplying, then it would just like the n would go with the 250.
No, the n doesn't go. It's like when I have 1 plus 2 plus 3. Are you seeing?
Yes.
How do you simplify this?
I said 3 over 1, then I get the LCM, which is 2. Then I multiply both sides by 2.
So still, you see this n is the LCM, so it doesn't go
Yes.
away. So here your LCM is n, which is here.
Yes.
Okay, so n divided by n is 1, then times the 2 million. N divided by 1 is n times then the upper one, which is that.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Okay. Now from here, we are going to remove the n. So to remove the n, this n, since you notice this is a multiplication, here there is a multiplication. So we shall multiply n here and you multiply n this side. Since this is a multiplication, please don't multiply it everywhere. No, just multiply it once. So this n and this one will go away. I've told it's not always good to cross, Yeah. But I'm just doing it for your understanding that these ones and this one goes away, such that this side you only remain with n minus 40 into the 2 million plus the 2500n. Then the other side you remain with the 2 million then times n. Okay, let me be picking up Peter.
Morning, teacher.
Yes, morning.
I didn't understand why you put C plus 2500.
C plus 2500.
500.
They told you that after the 40 members had left, each had to contribute an additional. Did you see that one?
Yes.
An addition of 2,500. Initially, everyone was contributing C. But since now they have to contribute an addition, that's why we add on.
Okay.
Okay. Kilala? Kilala?
I have understood the reason as to why you are still bringing back the M.
The N? Where?
Here where you bring it back and then after that you multiply it on both sides.
Well, remember, Kilala, why we bring back the N is that when I have 1 out of 2 maybe plus 5, here your LCM is 2. Your LCM doesn't disappear, it remains there. N is our LCM. So, so when I have 2 million, divide by n plus the 2500, here your LCM is n because this is out of 1. So you say n divided by n is 1, then times the 2 million. Plus n by 1 is n times the other one, which is 2500n. Is it okay now?
Okay. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Menel?
Teacher, before you formed your equation, I had already formed mine, but then I'm kind of asking you to help me correct me where it's wrong. Yeah, my equation was 2 million n.
2 million what?
2 million divided by n plus x minus 40. Sorry, n minus 40. That's into bracket. Then I multiplied it by 2,500. Then I equated it to 2 million. So I'm kind of requesting to know whether it's wrong.
Continue.
Okay, that's the equation I formed. So is it correct or it's wrong?
Because, okay, this one shows you the contribution. This one here. Okay, now Menel, I'm going to talk about it. I don't know that she's here. Because this one, you got the individual contribution, what each person was contributing initially, plus the new contribution should give you the 2 million. So I'm going to comment on this one. After, let us first expand this, and then I'm going to come back and I comment. But there is something that may not be right here. Because this one is an individual contribution plus this one now means the new contribution when the 40 members withdrew from the thing time. So what you wanted is not coming out. So this one is not right. Because you cannot tell me, or you cannot say that an individual contribution, because this is for one individual, an individual contribution plus the contribution when the 40 people withdrew times the amount they contributed should give you that 2 million. So this one, it will not be able to give you that 2 million. Because at least you would have more. Okay, so here there is something that is not right. So you'll not get the same answer. Okay, I don't know that is okay, but I'm going to collect afterwards, I think.
Okay,
Yes,
teacher.
ma'am. But I don't know that you have started also noticing it, because this one, the first one is just an individual contribution. One individual, not for the whole group.
Oh, yes, yeah, yes, teacher.
So it's not for the whole group. So you have got for one person's contribution, and now you are mixing it with the contribution. Yeah, but I don't know if you could figure out what you wanted, and then we can support you from there.
But
Because what?
I think, according
Mm,
to what you have, if I added the 2 million divided by n, that's an individual contribution.
yes.
I multiplied it by the number of people. Won't that equation now be correct?
If you are saying if you
If I got the 2 million divided by n, then I put two brackets times the number of people who are n. Won't that equation be correct now?
not really. Because if you wanted, still it will not come out. Because if you could get because here, what you did at first, it is the 2 million, you would have said 2 million divided by n, which this is the individual contribution, right?
Yes, teacher.
Initially. Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Then time was, what did each of them contribute at first? So this is what each person had to contribute, like when they divide.
Yes, teacher.
So something is not adding up. Something is not adding up.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. Okay. But I think I will see how I can support you from that side. Okay. Then from here, we open up our brackets. Remember, this n multiplies everything. So you say n into the 2 million plus the 2500n minus the 40 into the 2 million plus the 2500n should be able to give us the 2 million n. So we are going to open up. So when I open up, this is going to be 2 million n plus n times the 2500, it's going to be 2500n squared minus, then you multiply the 40 times the 2 million, which will give us the 80 million. Then this is negative and a plus, which will give us a minus 40 times the 250, which will give us 100,000 n is equal to 2 million n. So I want us to do the mathematics. This side you have 2 million n, this side you have 2 million n. Meaning that when you bring 2 million n one side, they are going to cancel or they are going to reduce. So when you make it cross, this is 2 million N and 2 million N. So once they cross, you end up with a 0. So here, you're going to allow me that this one is going to go away. This one is going away. So our equation is going to remain with only this. I don't know whether everyone is seeing. So I'm going to come here and I just write that now we have 2500n squared minus, it was 80 million, then minus 100,000 n equals to 0. So you can now arrange your equation very well as 2500n squared minus 100,000 n minus the 80,000 is equal to 0. So since here you notice there are some zeros are many, feel free to reduce. Let me say when you can divide by a common figure if you want. If you don't want, you can work it the way it is. So take an example. If I divide by 2500, 2500, 2500, divide by 2500. So I will end up with n here to be n squared minus the 40n, then minus 32,000 equals to 0. So I'm going to ask everyone now to solve as I take on some few questions. Yes, Lutz.
So could you first go back to the previous slide? I have a question there.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, here in the brackets where there's 2 million plus 2,500 n divided by n, why didn't you just divide the n with the one for 2,500?
Where? Here.
Yes.
Why didn't we
didn't
just
you divide 2,500 n by the n to cancel it out?
Oh, okay. We first come back here. Are you seeing my screen? What is your answer here? Yes? Oh, has he muted? Yes, Lutz?
It would be 3. Wait.
It would be 3.
Yes.
So why didn't you just cross out the 2 and the 2?
I think it was a board mass.
Because you have to apply the board mass, right?
Yes.
So that is the same thing here. So you cannot just cancel out the n because this n also affects the 2 million.
Yes.
So if you want to separate it that way, you have to separate to say 4 divided by 2 plus 2 divided by 2. Such that you can now cancel the 2, you remain with the 2, plus here and here you get the 1, you get the 3. But you cannot just cancel like this, because this 2 affects both numbers up.
So why did you multiply out of the bracket?
Why did you, here down?
Before you had multiplied the n out of the bracket.
This step?
No, this the same after.
Here.
Where you got 2 million n equals to 2 million n.
Here.
Yes.
Hey, how did we?
Why? Yes, like why didn't you also multiply the n times the n minus 40?
Oh, it's like, let me take you here. When I have x minus 2 and x plus 4, and everything is divided by 4 equals to maybe 5, something like this. This 4 affects everything up here. So when you are removing it, there's no need for you to multiply by the individual figure because it affects everything. So I'll multiply here by 4, I'll multiply by 4. I don't know that you're getting it. So this first step here, we can still write it as n minus 40 into 2 million plus the 2500n, everything out of n. Because this n affects both brackets simultaneously. So when you are removing it, since these are multiplications, you just multiply this side by n, even the other side by n.
So if there were no brackets, I would have to multiply individually.
Even if there were no brackets, if here there was a sign, let me say, let me first remove this. Now, there are two things we have to look up here. In case I had this, x plus 2 plus, okay, if I had x plus 2 here, plus maybe x minus 3 out of 4 equals to 5. And then I have another scenario, x plus 2 into x minus 3 out of 4 equals to 5. Now, these two scenarios are different. The way you approach the first one is not the second way you approach this one. If I'm approaching the first one, to remove this 4, I'll multiply through by 4 because there is an additive sign. So you multiply here by 4, multiply this bracket here by 4, multiply here by 4. However, if I have this second one here, I'll just multiply here by 4. I multiply this side by 4. Alternatively, you can just cross multiply. You say x plus 2 into x minus 3 equals to 5 out of 4. So you cross multiply like that. I don't know that it is clear or not yet.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is algebra. This is you studied the equations in senior for term 1. This is where you meet such equations. Okay. We can now continue here. So here, feel free to use any method. People have got 200. Some are getting, Angel has got 200. Jovan 200. People are getting 48. Please check out. Check out. Lutz, I'm seeing your hand still up. Okay. Those who are getting something different, please, we can check out. We can check out. Yeah, but hope now everyone is getting I'm getting two answers, 280, 280. Okay. Those who are getting 80, I don't know how you are getting the 80. Because I know when we solve, we shall have x is equal to, I don't know. Can you allow me to use factorization for this, or you want the bulldozer? N is 8. How are people getting 8? Is it 80? People, which answers are you getting? The two answers. 200. Oh, they are telling me that those people who are getting 80, here they forgot a 0. Okay, because when you use this, b squared minus 4sc out of 200, you compare. Remember, you always compare your ax squared plus the bx plus the c is equal to 0. So your a is 1. Your b is negative 40. Your c is negative 32000. So when you put here negative b, it becomes negative 40 plus minus b is going to be negative 40 squared minus 4 times a times the c divide by, this is 2a, then times 2 times 1. So which will give us the 40 plus minus root. Then you do what? You multiply. So this is going to be 1600 plus 4 times the 32, which is 128000 divided by 2. So when you continue to obtain, now since this is n, I expect you to write n. Don't write now x. So this is going to be 40 plus minus. Inside our root, we shall have 129,600 divided by 2. So when you put that in the square root, I'm getting 360. So I have 40 plus minus 360 divided by 2. So then you do same, either n is equal to 40 plus 360 out of 2. So n will equal to 40 plus 360, which is 400 divided by 2, which is equal to 200. Then the other side, when you subtract 40 minus 360 out of 2, automatically that one is going to give you a negative. And then you reason it out that I can't have negative people. So that one, you can't have negative 160. So this one is always discarded. Okay. Kindly let me know whether we are on the same page. Yes, Favor.
So for the bulldozer, I get it, like I have understood it's the 200. So I was just requesting you to help us use the factorization because it's what I used and I ended up with 80.
80. Don't go off. Favor, you can be the right person now to take me through the steps you went through. Had you reduced your equation?
Yes.
Okay. N squared minus 40n minus the 32 is equal to 0. You give me two numbers, which when you multiply, you get 32,000. When you add, you get negative 40. Which numbers were those?
Oh, oh my God. Even before we continue, I've seen my mistake. I used 3,200 instead of 32,000.
Oh, okay. 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 Yeah. So those who did factorization, here I expect those two numbers, that is 160 and the 200. So here I expect you to say this is maybe plus 160n minus 200n minus the 32,000 is equal to 0. Then you pull out that this is n plus 160 minus this is going to be, yes, Clara?
So if you're I divided my equation by 100, and when I used the bulldozer method, my final answer was 200.
You divided by?
100 before I used the bulldozer method, leaving me 5m squared minus 1000m minus 800,000.
Oh,
And
so
when I
here
used the
before you
bulldozer,
had 25, eh?
yes, 25 minus
It is also
1000
okay.
minus
It
my
is very
final
fine.
answer was 1000.
Yes, it is also very fine.
So how do I reach that 200 people?
You
Because the
did
final
get
answer I
200.
got, 200.
You get
No, I ended up with 200. I ended up with
2?
200,000.
200,000.
200,000 people. Yes.
No. So here you had 25 minus this was, okay, here you had 25n squared minus
Yeah.
100n minus 801231. Like this? Did you have this?
Pardon?
Did you have this
Yes, I
equation?
did.
Then
Yes.
your A was 25.
Yes.
Then your B was?
Negative 1000.
So if I have,
Then
you get the same answer because this will be negative 1000 plus minus. Inside the root, you'd have B squared, which is negative 1000 squared minus 4 times A, which is 25, times negative 800, 00. Then everything out of 2 times 25. You had that?
yes.
Okay. Quickly, tell me what which root. Let me compute here quickly myself and see which root you are supposed to get inside there. And you tell me what you had.
Okay.
Inside.
So my root
Was it 81 million?
Inside I had 81
million.
Yes.
Inside, eh?
Yes. Yes.
Then you ended up with because according to me, this would be 1,000 plus minus 9,000. Did you have 9,000?
No, I have 9M.
Now that's where the problem is. The problem is inside here. Because when you compute everything here, you get
Yes.
81 million.
Yes.
Let's check out. And the root of 81 million is 9,000.
Okay. Thank you.
So this will be out of 50. So when you add 1,000 plus the 9,000 divide by 50, that one surely to give you your 200.
Okay. Thank you.
Fine? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think, okay. It is now okay?
Yes.
Okay. So from there, we come back and give the conclusion that the original number of people in the group was 200. You respond back that the original number of people in the group was 200. Then there's a girl who was asking, I don't know that she's still on. The girl was asking. Mel, is she on? I'm not seeing that girl. In case you are still on, the one who had the other approach, Menel. I don't know whether Menel were on the same page now.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. So, for you, what you wanted to do, Menel, it was like this, eh? You wanted to have the number of people, which let me say this is the original number, times the individual contribution. So the individual contribution was the 2 million plus, okay, this is what you wanted to do, but you would have done it like this. You get the number of people in the group times the individual contribution should give you 2 million, something like this.
Yes, teacher.
Not so? Something like that.
Yeah.
Now from here, this is where you would have gone on and said that now, if this was the original number, if it reduces by 40, then it means you say n minus 40. Then this individual contribution, now they have added the 2,500. Then you'd have said 2 million out of n plus what has been added should still give you that 2 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, then this is where you would have gotten us on the same page.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, then part B, they asked 45% of the value of the project was donated by the area member of parliament. Calculate the amount required to be contributed by each of the remaining members of the group. So now the first thing you're going to do, you are going to ask yourself, how much money did the member of parliament contribute? Then from knowing the amount the member of parliament contributed, you are going to go on and find how much money is remaining. After finding how much money is remaining, from there you can get the individual contribution for each member. Hope that is okay. So we are going to find the contribution by the member of parliament. So allow me to create something here. So we are going to come here and say that contribution made by the member. Member of parliament is contribution. Member of parliament. have those subtitles, Member of Parliament's contribution. So they told us 45, so I will say 45 times 100 times the 2 million. Quickly, you can tell me how much money did the gentleman contribute. Can I take on Doreen has said it was 80, 90. What are you getting? How much did the Member of Parliament contribute to the cause? Jovan has 90, Alicia 90, okay. So his contribution was UGX 900,000. Now, after getting the 900,000, you are going to go on and ask yourself, now how much money is remaining? Then I will say remaining amount, or the one that is going to be contributed by the group, which is going to be the original amount they have to raise minus the 900 million. Sorry, my 900,000. So this one will give you 1,100,000. Now, after doing that, you need to know how many members do we still have in the group? Yeah, how many members do we still have in the group? Go on and find how many members you have in the group. Hunter says 160, Jovan 160, okay. Remaining number of remaining members. So I'll say number of remaining members. So we shall say the 200. And please show, avoid those things of assuming, avoid those things of assuming that people know automatically, because what you are leaving might cost you. So that would be 160. Then from there, why don't we find the individual contribution? So we shall say contribution made by each member. Remember, they said they had to share the money equally. So to be 1,100,000 divide by the 160. So this will give you 6,875. Now, this is where we are going to come in case you are making your contribution. But like I've told you, first write your amount the way you have obtained it. Then when you are making the conclusion, that's when now you can ask what could be the best what could be the best conclusion to make for this particular one. Shamim, I've not Shamim, I've not picked what you wanted exactly. Shamim? Shamim? Okay. Yeah. So here your conclusion. People are saying 6,900. Yeah, that could be, yes, Rahim, that is okay. Joy, that's okay. Favor, that's okay. Yeah. So you first put this amount, then you can make your conclusion, the one that is realistic. But you have that amount put, then first put what you get. Don't round off from the calculator. That's what we call premature approximations. So don't make those premature approximations. Yeah. So that is okay. Then you respond back to the item that the contribution to be made by each member should be approximately 6,900. Yeah, yeah, yes. Where is the 9 coming from? Yes, we are rounding off to a realistic figure that the members can contribute. Because when you check, when you tell someone that you are going to contribute 6,875, he will ask, so better you approximate to something that they can be able to raise. Yeah, so it would be 6,900. That one is more realistic. Yeah, so each member of the group will contribute 6,900. Okay, so that was the first part, part B. Then part C, it asks you to go on and show on the graph the boundaries, and then after we mark the areas. Now, when you look at what we have mainly three inequalities. Now, these inequalities, you have to first plot them. But before you plot, you can first come up with a simple table, then extract your coordinates, and then go on and plot. So we have the southern boundary. This is 1. So I'm going to come and I first make a simple table for that. Then I go to the second one. So I'm going to come on this new slide and I will say, now boundaries. So the first boundary we had was y greater than -3. Now what you do always, the first thing, anything you're going to put on your graph, first write its equation. This is the inequality. But on the graph, we have to put the equation. So first come and write y is equal to -3. Just drop the inequality, write this. Don't just go straight to the table because this one can be scored as well. The equation you are going to plot. So from there, I'll come and then I can make my simple table. But for such inequalities which do not have which do not have a gradient, there might be no need for you to draw the table. But y is equal to -3. You remember this is our table and this is our table. Now, for y is equal to -3, it means that the y values are not changing throughout. They are the same. So I have -3, -3, -3. It doesn't change. But the x values can change, can be any value of your choice. So you can say let it be 0, let it be 1, let it be 2. It is up to you. It can be 3, 4, 5 as long as x. But for anything you put on the graph, go on and write the coordinates. At least 2 coordinates must be observed. So write the coordinates that this is 0, -3. This is 1 and -3. This is 2 and -3. Any line you are going to draw in the graph, have at least 2 coordinates put down. Then this was our first boundary. Then the second boundary was y less than 2x plus 1. Still do the same. What are you going to do? Let me use, okay, y is less than. First write the equation. Y equals to 2x plus 1. Then from here, this is where you can go on and draw your simple table. So have your x, have your y. Then from here, this is where now you can. Now, whenever you have a gradient, like here, our gradient is 2. Now here, feel free to use any x values of your choice whenever you're plotting. In case your teachers have taught you to use the intercept approach, whereby you just get when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, that is very okay. But in case you are not sure, then better always you can say, let me start from maybe 0, let me have some 1, let me have some 2. It is very okay for you. You can include some negatives or some positives. So after that, please also show, you come and at least show how are you obtaining the y values. That when x is equal to 0 here, I'll have 2 times 0 plus 1, which will give me 0 plus 1, which gives me 1. So here I'll put a 1. Then when x is equal to 1, I'll have y is equal to 2 times 1 plus 1, which gives us 2 plus 1, which gives us 3. So here to be 3, here you can convince that it is 5. Please do not stop at the table. Write the coordinates you are plotting. 0, 1, 1, 3, 2, and 5. Then the last one, we had the last boundary was x less than 2. So this gives us x is equal to 2. It means that the x values are 2, but the y values can change. Like I've said, for these ones that these inequalities that don't have a gradient, for it, even if you don't do the table, as long as you know the logic and you're going to put the coordinates to be plotted, that x values are 2, but y values can be this any value. Y values change. So I can say 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, like that. 2, 0, as long as the x you have showed the points you have plotted. That is the most important thing. More so for these ones that do not have the gradients. Kindly let me know whether we are good to continue. Are we good to continue? Okay, people are saying yeah. Yes. Now, okay, let me first pick some two hands. The rest, please, can we go on the graph and start drawing? Yes, no, wait.
I just wanted to ask about these things. If
Eh,
you have some,
you are a bit low. You're a bit low. I can't hear you well.
if you have some values, like let me say 200, 300,
You have?
like some big values like 200, 300, and all that. And
Mm.
then you have, let me say, another inequality has like 1, 2, 3, like that. Can you adjust them also to be like 10, 20, 30?
Yes, you can. That is okay.
Okay.
And then you look out for the scale to use.
Okay.
Okay. Doreen,
Good morning, sir.
good morning.
Tell me, I've understood nothing.
From which part mainly?
From the beginning.
Of the question or this part of inequality?
This part of inequalities.
Okay. Do you know how to draw a line?
Yes.
That's what we are doing. And how do we draw a line?
We use coordinates.
We use coordinates. Now that's what we are finding. So we are finding out the coordinates we can plot. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So whenever you get a line, now like we had this line 2x plus 1, these coordinates in the table, at this level, it is you who creates them. So you say, in case I want x to be -1, let it be 0, 1. And then after you've put in them here.
Okay.
I don't know that you have picked or not yet.
I've picked to use the equation to get y.
Use the equation to get the y.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So now we are plotting. Hope I've answered. Should the lines be dotted? They have to be yes. And we say that now, what do you need to know? One, we say that for whenever you find an inequality with greater than or less than, the line should be dotted. In case there is less than or equal to, that's when it is bold line. So I expect all the lines you are going to draw to be dotted lines. So also let me go on my graph here and then I draw my graph quickly. I'm going to let everyone also be drawing as I also draw here. This blue one will not work for me. Let me first clear and I get another color that will be visible. So this is my graph that I'm drawing. Also, you draw yours. Okay. Then do not forget to demarcate. Some of you want to forget those things because when you forget here, there's no way you'll also remember when it comes to practicals, when it comes to physics and the rest. So I know this is 0. Then demarcate clear that this is my 1, this is my 2, this is my 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even if I stop there, then this is my -1, -2, -3. This is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5. So that's how we draw them. Now from there, we plot the points we had. The first one, when I go back to my table, you plot them the way you plot. The first one was 0, -3. So I know very well that 0, -3 is down here. 1, -3, and 2, -3. So I'm going to plot mine. 0, -3 is here. 1, what was it? 1, -3. 1, -3 is here. 2, -3 is here. Yeah. So you notice that it is a line of this nature. It is an horizontal line. Then we said that it should be a dotted line. So come, okay, it should be a dotted line. So have your line dotted like that. Don't forget mine. It may not be in a good straight line, but yours should be in a good straight line. Now, after dotting, for whatever line we dot, here we are going to show clearly the boundaries, meaning that they want us to shade the unwanted region. So label your line. Label the line, don't label the inequality. So this is y is equal to -3. Now, our equation, this line was y must be, okay, let me go back. It was y greater than -3. Now, no, y greater than -3 means that they want values that are above -3. Values such as -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Values that are bigger than -3. So those are the values that are above. So those are these values up here. Up here, these ones, these values are bigger, bigger, bigger. So meaning that those are the values that are needed. So that is the region that is wanted. Now, when we are looking in terms of y, we either look up or down. Now, since here we are looking up, up has the wanted region. So we are going to shade the unwanted region as the downward region. So we are going to shade everything down because those are the values that are less than what we want. So I'm going to come back here and then I'll do shade the part down. So hope I removed my line. Okay. So go on and also do the same. Shade that part down. Okay, so I'll come here. Let me pick my pen. I'll come here and I shade this region down because this is the region that has the unwanted part. Okay. In case we are leaving you let us know. Then from there, I'm going to go on and I go to the second line. Go to the second line. Hope we are on the same page. If you are not getting, okay. I love what I'm seeing in the chat, the discussion. Then I go to the second line. Don't forget to label your boundaries. The second line I had 0, 1, 1, 3, 2, 5. So I will start 0, 1. It is a point here. Then the next point was 1, 3. 1, 3 is here. The next point was 2, 5. 2, 5 is somewhere here. So after that, I join. But see, we use dotted lines. So use a ruler. Use a ruler when you are joining those points. So I'm going also to use my ruler and I join. Join your thing using a ruler like that. Yeah, you have problems. -2, 3. Okay. So you draw your line like that. You draw your line like that, as long as it is a dotted line. So I didn't want to put a line because my worry was, yeah, but your line should look like that. It should look like that. Yeah. So after drawing, label your boundaries very well and put it in an area that someone can easily see it. So this would be y is equal to 2x plus 1. Put equation, don't put an inequality. Then the next thing is to test where are you going to shade. So to test where you are going to shade, I can first say You choose any side of the line. Now this line is diagonal, so it can either be this side or this side where I have B. So choose any point. Remember our inequality for this was y. It was y less than 2x plus 1. Now, which region are you going to shade? You look out for any. So you can decide, let me choose a point A or a coordinate A. So when I am at side of A, for me, if A is this side, I can let me take on this coordinate. So this coordinate here is 2, 0. Now get this coordinate here, place it here. Where there is y, this is your y, and this is your x. Where there is y, put 0. Less than 2 times x, which is 2 plus 1. So this is 0, less than 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1. 0 less than 5. Then ask yourself, does this inequality here make sense? Is 0 less than 5? In case it makes sense, then just know that is the wanted region. Now, the other region you had becomes the unwanted region where you did not choose the point. So for this case, this side will become our unwanted region. Like that, like that, like that. So from there, I can allow me to remove this. That is how you test. Then, okay, I've removed my line. Then the last one is the line -2. So was it -2? It was 2. So it is a line like this that was going like this. So I'm also going to draw it. That is my line. So you just confirm that you have also obtained the same line. So it is a line like this, like that. Like use a ruler. Yeah. Then also after label it clearly that this is my line. Then when it comes to x, when you are viewing x lines, now like x is equal to 2. X lines always run vertically and they will pass through 2. When we are talking about y lines, y is equal to 3, it will pass through -3. Those lines without gradient, that particular one you are plotting must pass through it. So when you reach here, remember here they told us that our x, they told us x should be less than 2. So you ask, which values are less than 2? Values like 1, 0, negative, those are values that are less. Meaning that those values, when you look at our graph we have drawn, those values are this side, this side, this side, this side. Meaning that those are the values you are going to take on. That is the region that is wanted. So you shade the other region that doesn't have those values. So I'll shade like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Then also I label my line that this line here is the line x is equal to x is equal to 2. Then now there you have shown. Now what is missing is your title. Now I'm going to put my simple title that a graph showing the site of the well fenced. Now, they may ask you as well on this part here, they may ask you, what could be the best position to place the well? That can be their question. Now, if they ask what could have been the best position or what advice could you give for them to place the well? Now, when they ask such a question, here they're asking you, which location would you propose for the well? Now that one, you have two ways you can do it. You can draw the perpendicular bisector of two lines of other three lines. Where they meet, that one can be your best location. And if they ask, why have you chosen that point? Then you say that people coming from the different, like the distance from the different directions, or they can, in fact, the question can be like this. They can say that one person lives at A, another person lives at B, and another person is located at C. And then they ask, what could be the best location to place? Now that one is asking your knowledge of bisecting. Do you know how to bisect the lines and get the perpendicular bisectors? So that one, I expect you that you are going to use your knowledge of bisectors, bisect this line here, see where it passes, bisect this one, see where it passes, bisect also this one. Then where all those three lines are meeting, that would be the best location. When they ask what could be the reason why, it is because those three people they will move the same distance towards the well, so there will be fairness in where the well is being located. Another question can as well be asked you, why do you like why are we using dotted lines, or why is the fence like that, something like that. So now you need to reason, why do you think it is dotted? Because they don't want people to touch it. Because you know Africans, once we allow people to touch, it will be destroyed. So you can start reasoning from that angle. But I'm just giving you a hint. Yes, Elio.
My question is, instead of bisecting the lines, can't you like bisect the angles to find the center of the triangle?
Can you bisect?
But the angle instead.
Yes, that one is also very fine. You can bisect the angles. But now, still here now, Elio, I'm going to bring you back to the knowledge why I said bisect lines would be better. The element of construct we are dealing with is about numbers and patterns. And under this, that's where we find equations and inequalities. So here, we bisecting the angles is very okay, though it would be very appropriate when we are in the other element of construct on geometry and measures where we have angle properties. So here we expect we are checking, can you apply your knowledge of equations of lines? You remember when you were dealing with equations of lines, you looked at perpendiculars, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So that is what we are looking for mainly.
All right, thank you.
Okay. No, wait.
Just wanted to know why, what's the main reason for bisect?
No, bisecting, I've just given you another equal. I've told you, imagine they had asked you, but there was no
Yeah.
need.
Like why? Okay, what question can I bring and you have to bisect?
That is the one I've said. They can tell you that three people, one person, people, all their houses on the vertex of the figure you have formed. What could be the best location for the world to be placed? So now that means that if we have three people at different corners, then that means the best area where to place them, it could be in the middle, whereby everyone moves an equal distance. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Then lastly, Peter.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
I thought we draw dotted lines because if they say less than or more than, that is when you use dotted lines. Is that true?
Yes, that is true. But now I asked because of the mathematical knowledge. So they're asking you, what could be the mathematical knowledge application, real life application now is what we are looking for. Why are you drawing those dotted lines? And what is the meaning of the dotted lines? Dotted lines mean that the points along that line are not part of the solution. So here, when you try to interpret it in real life, is that if they use dotted lines, it means that they don't want like people to touch the fence, something like that. Otherwise, if they are bold, it means people can touch, you will find them there and the rest of that.
Yes.
So you just need to reason and relate it to real life.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Then from here, the question also wanted us to find uh what was it area? Oh, what was it? The graph the fence and calculate the total secured area in square units. So here, when you look at our figure, this is a right angled triangle. When you look at it very well, it's a right angled triangle. So it is up to you which approach you want to use. So someone can come and say, here my bottom or my base here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 square units. And along here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 square units. So you get your area as a half, the base times height, which is a half times the 8 times 4, and whatever answer you have got is the answer. So here I'm getting 28 times 4, that is 2. Yeah, that answer you're getting is correct, 16. But since they told you in square units, so you say 16 square units. Then you conclude well. Respond back that the secured area is squared 16 square units. So that is how you make your conclusion. Okay. Any questions, or we are good to continue? If we are going to continue, it is well. Okay, so that is how you approach that part. Okay, let me pick just one hand. I say hand up. Okay. Yes, Olive?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Yes, go on.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Morning. Oh, kindly type your question in the chat. Marita? Okay. I'm going to clear. Marita, ask.
I'm confused on how you have gotten this. I'm
How we
confused
have put.
how you have gotten this. Where you have got 8 and 4.
Okay. We have said from our graph here, when you look at the figure we have, this is a right angled triangle. When you look down here.
Yes, sir. I'm confused
Yes, I'm
on
answering.
how you
Okay.
got.
Okay. I've said, Olive, that when you look down here, the number of square units we have, this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3, these are 4. So we have 4 square units. That is your base. When you come vertically, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. So that means the height here is 8, the base here is 4. So that's why we are getting them. You just calculate, count them. Then lastly, Marita. Marita.
Sir, good morning once again.
Morning.
Sir, thank you. Me have understood, but sir, tomorrow we do call, was it a question in Beko or was it in Wakisha? It had SADS, like they told us to draw, then we had SADS in the next approach.
Okay. Okay. Now, okay. Thank you, Marita. Well noted.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. So, now, so tomorrow we shall be starting from these items here. Yeah, now to respond to Marita, now SADs are under item 1. So when we reach doing item 1s, we shall come on that. So if we finish tomorrow part of item 2s, then we shall go on and look at item 1, and now that's where we shall meet those SADs. So we shall do them from there. Hope that is okay. So SADs lie under numerical concepts 1 and 2, which is under element construct number 1. So we shall do them from there. So I wanted to first bring this to your attention where we are going to start from tomorrow. So you can take a screenshot and then you can start trying it out. But still tomorrow, I'm going to gather we shall do more items that involve still patterns and algebra, but still I'll first focus on the ones that do not have a lot of linear programming. Then towards the end, that's when I will start on linear programming, items that are mainly linear programming. But I want to first focus on the ones that are not mainly linear programming. So tomorrow we shall start from these quadratic equations, how to draw them on the graph. Yeah. So tomorrow you must have a graph book, and then we start from here. Otherwise, thank you so much for attending. Today we have gone past our time. Sorry, I don't know, maybe because power came back, but yeah. So thank you so much for attending. I don't know who's leading us now closing prayer today. Okay, Emmanuel.
Okay. Yeah, good morning, members. Yeah, let us humble ourselves and we have a closing prayer. So, our Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for leading us into this successful discussion, Father Lord. I pray that, Lord, Father, whatever we have discussed and whatever we have gone through, Father, let it be the meaningful and be the building blocks in our education, Father. Let it be, Father, the things that are going to be beneficial in our academic part, Father, academic life, Father. As we live here, let us be, Father, together in spirits and let you be strengthen our educations, Father. As tomorrow we meet, Father, we meet when we are alive and when we are healthy, Father, in brains, Father, and whatever we go, Father, let us we move with you, our Father, Lord. In the name of Jesus, our Savior. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.